If you're a man in your 60s or older, and you've noticed your erections becoming weaker, shorter, or even disappearing altogether, then this might be the most meaningful message you'll come across this year. The truth is, far too many men are spending time and money on pills, pumps, or complicated procedures, all while the real answer lies within their own bodies. You're about to learn 5 straightforward movements that can naturally bring back the strength, length, and reliability of your erections. And no, this isn't about gimmicks. It's grounded in real biological science. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara, and I'm a board-certified urologist with more than 3 decades of experience guiding men back to their sexual health and self-confidence. Over the years, I've worked with thousands, from retired firefighters and teachers to military veterans, and many of them shared a similar belief, that it was simply too late. But here's the truth, it's not. Your body still carries the mechanisms for strong, healthy erections, and it begins with areas you've likely never intentionally trained: your muscles, your circulation, and your nervous system. Here's the common misunderstanding. Most men believe erections are only about desire. In reality, they're mostly about healthy blood flow, internal pressure, and muscular control. And once you learn how to activate the right systems, everything starts to improve. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through 5 carefully chosen exercises, each one medically backed and specifically designed to support natural erectile function. There's no guessing, no gimmicks, just practical tools. In fact, I'll even show you the most commonly overlooked exercise that older men tend to miss, but not you. Stick with me. This may change everything for you. Before we get started, I'd love to invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip crafted, especially for men over 60 who want to rebuild their vitality. And if this message is speaking to you, type 1 in the comments, if not, 0. Your feedback helps shape future content that truly supports you. Now that we've addressed why erections often fade with age and why prescription drugs aren't the long-term fix, it's time to focus on the most effective place to begin. I want to introduce you to the first exercise, one that I recommend to nearly every patient in their later years. It all starts with a muscle you've probably never trained yet. It's central to the quality and firmness of your erections. Exercise 1, the Kegel lift. Let's talk about the pelvic floor, a powerful group of muscles silently working behind the scenes to help you maintain erections, control your climax, and support your stamina. At the heart of it is the PC muscle, short for pubococcygeus. If you've ever tried to stop urinating midstream, you've felt it contract. Strengthening this one muscle is among the fastest and most effective ways to regain strong, lasting erections, no prescriptions required. The Kegel lift is a surprisingly simple and private exercise that targets and strengthens a critical but often neglected muscle. To do it, get into a comfortable seated or lying position, inhale deeply, and gently contract the same muscle you'd engage to pause your urine flow midstream. Hold that contraction for around 5 seconds, then relax for another 5. Aim to repeat this 10 times in a row, and try to do this 3 times throughout the day. You can squeeze in these reps while watching television, riding in the car, or lying down for bed. No one will notice but you. What makes the Kegel lift such a game changer is how directly it improves control over blood flow to the penis. When the PC muscle is stronger, it becomes more efficient at trapping blood within the erectile tissues, which means firmer and longer-lasting erections. It also helps with ejaculation control, adding both duration and satisfaction to intimate moments. Best of all, if you stay consistent, you could begin to notice improvements in just 2 to 3 weeks. That said, while the PC muscle plays a key role, it's only one part of the bigger picture. To fully support healthy erections and reclaim your confidence, you also need to enhance circulation throughout the pelvic area. That's where the second movement comes in, one that's incredibly straightforward, yet backed by impressive results. In fact, research shows it can lower your chances of erectile dysfunction by more than 40%. If you've made it this far and the information is resonating, let me know by typing the number 1 in the comments. That way, I know you're still tuned in and ready to take action. Now let's move forward to the next vital step. Walking briskly might seem too easy to make a difference, but it's actually one of the most effective methods for improving erectile strength. As we grow older, our arteries tend to lose their flexibility, making it harder for the heart to push blood efficiently. And since erections rely entirely on healthy circulation, that loss of vascular function can take a toll. Brisk walking helps change that. It's more than just a daily activity. It's a prescription for your circulatory health. In fact, studies from top universities have shown that just a half hour of brisk walking each day can reduce erectile dysfunction risk by up to 41%. And that's without any medication or invasive treatment. It's simply the power of movement. When you maintain a steady walking pace that raises your heart rate slightly, your blood vessels expand and deliver more oxygen-rich blood throughout your entire body, including the area that matters most. To get started, just grab a comfortable pair of walking shoes and head out for 20 to 30 minutes. Keep a pace that makes you breathe a bit deeper, but still allows you to hold a conversation. Try scheduling your walks after meals or first thing in the morning, when testosterone levels are naturally elevated. Over time, you may not only notice stronger erections, but also a boost in mood, energy, and overall vitality. As time goes on, you may begin to notice more than just firmer erections. Your mood, stamina, and overall sense of vitality may start to lift too. Regular walking helps support the rest of these exercises by gently activating your lower body and enhancing muscle recovery. But while walking is excellent for circulation, it doesn't directly target the structural support your body needs for truly dependable erections. The next movement does exactly that. It focuses on strengthening the muscles that anchor your pelvis, the ones that provide stability and control, but are often neglected by most men. This next step is simple, easy on the joints, and offers a kind of foundational strength that many don't realize they're missing. When it comes to regaining dependable sexual performance, few men realize just how crucial the hips and glutes are. These aren't just walking muscles, they form the base of your entire pelvic system. They influence everything from your posture to blood flow to the power behind each movement during intimacy. If these muscles are weak, your pelvis can slip out of alignment, circulation suffers, and that leads to disappointing performance when it matters most. That's where hip bridges come into play. This exercise is straightforward but highly effective for engaging your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. All you need to do is lie on your back. Bend your knees with your feet planted hip-width apart and rest your arms at your sides. Then, push through your heels to raise your hips off the floor until your body makes a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds before slowly lowering down. Repeat for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. When you do this regularly, you're reinforcing the muscles that support your pelvic floor and stabilize your spine, a combination that makes blood flow more efficient and your ability to sustain an erection stronger during activity. You may also experience better posture, less lower back tension, and greater control during sex. A lot of the men I work with are amazed by how quickly this simple move impacts their performance. After just a couple of weeks, many report feeling more grounded, more capable, and more confident. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Now we move from support to power. The next exercise not only builds physical strength, but also prompts your body to naturally produce more testosterone, no medication or hormone therapy required. It's a movement that involves your whole body and directly supports your hormonal health as well as muscular resilience. This is one you'll definitely want to pay attention to. As men get older, one of the quieter changes happening beneath the surface is the gradual drop in testosterone. And while it might not always be obvious, this decline affects more than just libido. It influences erection strength, energy levels, and even the ability to maintain muscle. What many don't realize, though, is that certain exercises can kickstart your body's own testosterone production in a way that's completely natural and safe. Chair squats happen to be one of the simplest and most effective ways to spark your body's natural testosterone production. They're practical, require no equipment, and engage some of the largest and most powerful muscles in your body, including your thighs, hamstrings, and glutes. Activating these major muscle groups has been shown to support hormone levels while improving strength, coordination, and overall metabolism. To try it, stand just in front of a sturdy chair with your feet aligned about shoulder-width apart. Lower yourself slowly as if you're going to sit, gently tapping the chair with your hips. Then push back up through your heels to return to a standing position. Be mindful of your posture. Keep your chest lifted and your back straight, and don't use your hands for support. A good target is 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. These squats do more than build muscle. They encourage stronger circulation in the lower half of the body, help with joint mobility, and support balance, which becomes more and more important with age. But perhaps most valuable of all, they cultivate functional strength, the kind that gives you confidence in your everyday movements, and a sense of power in your intimate life as well. In fact, many older men I've worked with are surprised to find that this one small addition to their weekly routine not only enhances their erections, but also boosts how they carry themselves throughout the day. Of course, physical strength is only one part of the solution. If you truly want to reclaim your sexual vitality, you also need to enhance the way your nervous system communicates with your body, especially between your brain, your pelvic region, and the signals that regulate blood flow and stimulation. That's the purpose of the next movement, and it could be the missing piece you've been needing. Even though your muscles may be working fine, your nervous system has just as much influence over your sexual response. As men age, years of poor posture, sedentary habits, or spinal compression can dull those crucial neural pathways. This makes it harder for arousal signals to travel effectively, which can affect everything from reaction time to sensation. That's where pelvic tilts come in. They're a gentle but powerful way to reestablish that mind-body connection. They reduce lower back tension, improve flexibility, and most importantly, stimulate the nerves that support erectile function. To perform this, lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Engage your core and slowly tilt your pelvis upward, pressing your lower back into the ground. Hold this for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat for 10 to 15 repetitions, focusing on steady, controlled movement. With time and consistency, pelvic tilts can retrain your body to respond more naturally to stimulation. They also support better posture and pelvic alignment, which improves circulation and eases pressure on the nerves around the prostate and sexual organs. Many men report increased sensitivity, quicker arousal, and a deeper sense of connection between mind and body, all from this deceptively simple practice. It may appear subtle, but when paired with the other exercises we've discussed, the results can be truly meaningful. Now that you've strengthened key muscle groups, improved blood flow, and reawakened your nerve response, it's time to check in on your progress. Up next is a quick, easy self-test you can do at home to see how far you've come, and it might surprise you. One of the questions I often hear is, how can I tell if these exercises are actually helping? It's a fair concern when you put effort into something. You want to know it's working. The good news is that there's a simple way to get honest, real-time feedback without any special tools or technology. I call it the morning firmness check, and it's something every man over 60 should monitor. Here's how it works. After 2 to 3 weeks of consistently practicing the exercises we've covered, start noticing your erections first thing in the morning. This is when your body's testosterone levels are naturally highest, and your circulatory and nerve function are most apparent. If your morning erections are getting firmer, more consistent, or easier to maintain even a little, that's a clear sign. Your body is beginning to respond and heal. If you're a visual learner or want something a bit more objective, try the toilet paper roll test. It may sound odd, but it's surprisingly telling. Just place an empty cardboard toilet paper roll over your morning erection. If it holds up the roll in a horizontal position without bending, it's a strong sign of healthy blood flow and firmness. And if you're not quite there yet, don't worry. Progress happens gradually, and the most important thing is staying consistent. This self-check is a simple, motivating tool that gives you a personal way to gauge improvement. But knowing you're on the right track is just the beginning. The next step is making these habits part of your routine. Let me walk you through a straightforward weekly plan designed to fit your lifestyle, keep your momentum going, and set you up for lasting results. By now, you've learned the 5 essential movements and how to monitor their effects. What matters next is structure, because without action, knowledge doesn't get you far. When you establish a plan that's realistic and repeatable, you give yourself the best chance at meaningful change. That's why I've created a weekly schedule that blends strength building, circulation, flexibility, and recovery specifically tailored for men over 60. Here's how to put everything into practice. Each day, perform your Kegel lifts 3 times, once in the morning, again in the afternoon, and once more in the evening. These can easily be done while you're sitting, watching television, or even lying in bed. From Monday through Friday, go for a brisk walk lasting 20 to 30 minutes. This daily walk stimulates circulation and supports heart health. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, incorporate hip bridges and pelvic tilts. These exercises build core strength and improve your connection between body and mind. Then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, add chair squats to your routine. Aim for 2 or 3 rounds of 10 to 15 repetitions. Reserve Sundays as your rest day, allowing your body to recover and your nervous system to recharge. This routine isn't about being perfect. It's about staying consistent. You don't need a gym or expensive equipment, and you don't have to do everything all at once. Like brushing your teeth, small daily actions lead to big long-term improvements. And after just a few weeks, many men report stronger erections, better energy levels, and even renewed closeness with their partners. Now, you might be wondering, how does this all come together in the long run? How do you stay motivated, keep your momentum going, and make the results last? That's what we're about to explore, because this isn't only about solving a problem, it's about reclaiming a vital part of who you are. Stick with me, you're almost there. If you've followed along to this point, you've already done something remarkable. You've taken a meaningful step toward regaining your strength, confidence, and connection to your identity as a man. That alone is something to be proud of. And now, you have 5 practical, doctor-endorsed exercises that target the systems essential to strong, dependable erections, including pelvic strength, blood flow, core stability, testosterone production, and nerve communication. You've learned how Kegel lifts awaken a muscle group most men ignore. You've seen how daily walks improve circulation and help protect against dysfunction. You've practiced hip bridges and chair squats that build structural strength and support healthy hormone levels. And you've discovered how pelvic tilts retrain your nervous system to respond more efficiently. Along with a simple self-check and a realistic weekly plan, you now hold a clear, actionable path forward. But this is about more than just performance. It's about vitality, confidence, and owning your well-being. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about honoring your health, reclaiming your masculinity, and investing in your future. You are not too old. You are not beyond hope. And it is absolutely not too late to feel strong again. Thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s have transformed their lives using the exact strategies you now know. The only thing left is to begin. Take action today. Stay the course. And remember, your body still knows how to thrive. All it needs is a reminder. If this message resonates with you, consider passing it along to someone else who could use a little encouragement. Your journey isn't over, in fact. The most meaningful chapters may still be ahead, and I'll be right here, walking alongside you. Now, if you're a man over 60 and have noticed your erections becoming weaker, shorter, or even disappearing altogether, this could be the most important thing you hear this year. The truth is, too many men spend time and money chasing pills, devices, or procedures when in reality, the real answer lies within their own body. What you're about to discover are 5 straightforward movements that can naturally bring back the strength, endurance, and fullness of your erections. This isn't wishful thinking or some overnight fix. This is science. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a board-certified urologist with more than 3 decades of experience helping men regain their sexual vitality and self-assurance. I've worked with thousands of individuals, including business leaders, military veterans, and retired educators, and one thing many of them believed, that their time had passed, but they were wrong. It's not too late. Your body still carries the tools it needs to achieve firm, dependable erections built right into your muscles, your blood vessels, and your nerves. The problem is, most men have never been shown how to train them properly. Here's the irony. Most people assume that erections are just about sexual desire. In truth, they depend on circulation, pressure, and physical control. Once you engage the right muscle groups, the entire system starts working better. And that's what I'll be guiding you through 5 expert-approved movements that strengthen the very systems tied to natural sexual function. There's no guessing, no tricks, just real, proven action steps. And a bit later, I'll also reveal the one critical exercise that older men often overlook, but you won't. Stick with me, this could change everything. Before we dive in, if you haven't already done so, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a tip designed specifically for men over 60 looking to regain strength and vitality. And if this message is connecting with you, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your input helps me continue creating content that truly makes a difference. Now that you know the real reason erections tend to fade with age and why medications aren't a sustainable solution, let's get to what really matters. I'm going to walk you through the first of 5 simple yet powerful exercises that I've personally recommended to hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. They're easy, effective, and safe to do. And we'll begin with the most essential muscle you've probably never trained, the one that plays a direct role in the strength and firmness of your erection. Exercise 1. The Kegel lift. Train the hidden muscle behind stronger erections. Most men are unaware that a powerful set of muscles quietly supports their erections, stamina, and even orgasm control. These are the pelvic floor muscles, and at the center is one especially important part, the pubococcygeus, or PC muscle. This is the same muscle you naturally use when you try to stop urinating midstream, and strengthening it is one of the fastest, most natural ways to rebuild firm, dependable erections without needing medication. The Kegel lift is a simple and discreet movement that helps activate and strengthen this overlooked muscle. To begin, sit or lie down in a relaxed position. Take a deep breath, then gently contract the same muscle you'd use to halt the flow of urine. Hold the contraction for about 5 seconds, then release and rest for another 5. Try to complete 10 repetitions in a row and repeat this routine 3 times a day. You can easily do this while lying in bed, watching television, or sitting in your car. No one will notice but you. What makes this exercise so powerful is that it enhances your ability to control blood flow into the penis. A strong PC muscle helps trap blood within the erectile chambers, leading to firmer, longer-lasting erections. It also supports better control over ejaculation, helping make intimate moments more pleasurable and fulfilling. Best of all, many men begin to notice results in as little as 2 to 3 weeks with consistent daily practice. Still, the PC muscle is only one piece of the equation. For lasting improvement in erection quality and renewed confidence, it's also important to improve blood flow throughout your pelvic area. That's exactly what the next movement is designed to help you do. So let's move on to the second exercise, a simple habit that, according to research, can reduce your risk of erectile dysfunction by more than 40%. If you're still here and finding these insights valuable, go ahead and type the number 1 in the comments. That way, I'll know you're engaged and taking steps toward real change. Now let's keep going. Exercise 2. The brisk walk. Support your whole body circulation. It might seem too basic to matter, but walking briskly on a regular basis is one of the most effective ways to improve erection strength. As we grow older, our arteries can become less flexible, our heart has to work harder, and blood doesn't circulate as smoothly. And since healthy blood flow is essential for sexual function, that's where brisk walking becomes such a powerful tool. This isn't just a fitness tip, it's a prescription for your circulatory health. Research from institutions like Harvard has found that walking briskly for just 30 minutes a day can lower your risk of erectile dysfunction by up to 41%. That's not thanks to medication or devices. It's the natural benefit of getting your legs moving, your heart pumping, and your entire system more oxygenated. When you maintain a steady, brisk pace during your walk, your heart rate rises, your arteries expand, and blood begins circulating more freely throughout your body, including to the penis. It's a simple habit with powerful benefits. Just put on a comfortable pair of shoes and walk for 20 to 30 minutes each day. Aim for a pace that makes you breathe a bit heavier, but still lets you talk in full sentences. Walking after meals or first thing in the morning when testosterone levels are naturally higher, can offer even more benefit. As the days go by, you may start noticing improvements not just in erection quality, but also in your mood, stamina, and general sense of vitality. Walking also complements the other exercises in this program by loosening up your lower body and helping your muscles recover more efficiently. However, while walking jumpstarts your circulation, the next exercise focuses on the muscles that stabilize your pelvis and provide the structural support necessary for strong, sustained erections. It's low impact, straightforward, and addresses an area that many men neglect. Stick with me, this next one could make a real difference. Exercise 3. Hip bridges, building strength in your core and glutes. When it comes to improving erection strength, few men realize how essential the hips and glutes are. These aren't just muscles for movement. They form the bedrock of your pelvic structure, directly affecting blood flow, balance, and thrust during sex. Weak glutes or an underdeveloped core can lead to misalignment, poor circulation, and reduced strength at key moments. That's why hip bridges matter. It's a basic but powerful exercise that strengthens your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. To perform a hip bridge, lie on your back with knees bent and feet flat on the ground, about hip width apart. Rest your arms alongside your body. Then press through your heels to lift your hips up, forming a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold the position for 5 to 10 seconds, then lower back down with control. Aim for 3 rounds of 10 to 15 reps. By doing this regularly, you're reinforcing the muscles that stabilize your pelvic floor and spine. This added stability supports better blood flow to the pelvic region and can make it easier to maintain an erection during physical activity. Bonus benefits include improved posture, less lower back tension, and greater control in intimate situations. Many older men tell me they begin noticing positive changes after just a few weeks. But we're not stopping here. While hip bridges lay the foundation, the next movement raises the bar, activating your body's natural testosterone production without relying on pills, patches, or prescriptions. It engages your entire body and helps restore strength and hormonal balance. Let's move on. This next exercise could be a game changer. Exercise 4. Chair squats boost testosterone and rebuild muscle strength. As men get older, one of the quiet but steady changes inside the body is a drop in testosterone. And this shift doesn't just drain your energy or dampen your mood. It can directly weaken your sex drive, erection quality, and overall muscular power. What many men don't realize, though, is that certain types of movement can naturally and safely encourage your body to produce more of this vital hormone. Chair squats happen to be one of the best ways to do just that. This exercise is simple, practical, and doesn't require any equipment. It focuses on the biggest muscle groups in your body, your thighs, hamstrings, and glutes. Activating these large muscles has been proven to help raise testosterone levels, while also improving strength, balance, and metabolism. To do a chair squat, stand in front of a strong, stable chair with your feet about shoulder width apart. Lower your body slowly, as if you're going to sit. Lightly touch the chair with your hips. Then push through your heels to come back to standing. Keep your chest upright, your back straight, and avoid using your hands for support. Try to complete 2 or 3 rounds of 10 to 15 repetitions. In addition to supporting healthy hormone levels, chair squats improve blood flow in the lower body, increase mobility, and help you stay steady and independent as you age. But perhaps the greatest benefit is the functional strength they build. Strength that boosts your confidence and performance both in daily life and in intimate moments. Many older men find that including this one movement in their routine not only supports firmer erections, but also helps them feel more physically capable overall. Still, strengthening your body is just one piece of the puzzle. To truly reignite your sexual vitality, you need to improve the way your body communicates from brain to nerves to pelvic muscles. That's where the next movement comes in, and it could be the missing link you've been looking for. Exercise 5. Pelvic tilts, reconnecting nerves and improving flexibility. While strong muscles are important, they're not the full story when it comes to maintaining firm, lasting erections. Your nervous system plays a vital role. It's responsible for signaling arousal, helping you stay in control, and triggering the blood flow that supports an erection. But over time, these signals can weaken. Too much sitting, Poor posture and inactivity can compress the nerves in the pelvic area, making it harder for your body to respond when it matters most. That's why pelvic tilts are such a powerful tool. This gentle, highly effective movement helps reestablish the connection between your brain, spine, and sexual organs. It improves your range of motion, eases tension in the lower back, and most importantly, stimulates the nerves that support erectile function. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. Engage your abdominal muscles and slowly tilt your pelvis upward so your lower back presses into the floor. Hold that position for about 5 seconds, then release. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, focusing on smooth, controlled movement. Done regularly, this exercise retrains your body to respond more effectively to stimulation. It also improves alignment and posture, which allows for better blood flow and less pressure on the nerves around the prostate and genitals. Many men report greater sensitivity, quicker response time, and even a stronger mind-body connection, all from this one deceptively simple technique. And now that you've built strength, increased circulation, and reawakened your nerves, it's time to check how far you've come. Let's move on to a quick, easy test that shows whether all your effort is paying off. You may be pleasantly surprised. Over time, pelvic tilts can retrain your body to respond more efficiently to stimulation. They also support better posture and pelvic alignment, which allows blood to circulate more freely while easing pressure on the nerves around the prostate and genitals. Many men report heightened sensitivity, quicker arousal, and even a stronger sense of mind-body connection, all from this modest, low-impact movement. It might not look like much, but when practiced alongside the other exercises we've discussed, the results can be surprisingly powerful. Now that you've taken steps to strengthen key muscle groups, enhance circulation, and reawaken your neural pathways, it's time to take a moment to check how far you've come. Up next is a simple at-home test that can show you whether your efforts are beginning to pay off, and it just might surprise you. Step 6. An easy self-test to track your progress. One question I hear often is, how do I know if this is actually working? And it's a valid concern. When you're putting in consistent effort, it's natural to want proof that things are improving. Thankfully, there's a quick, straightforward way to gauge your progress. No gadgets, no appointments, and no guesswork. It's called the morning firmness check, and I believe every man over 60 should be monitoring this. Here's how it works. After doing these exercises regularly for about 2 to 3 weeks, start paying attention to the quality of your morning erections. This is when testosterone is at its daily peak, and your body gives the clearest indication of vascular and nerve health. If you notice firmer, more frequent, or longer-lasting erections, even subtle improvements, that's a promising sign that your pelvic strength and blood flow are getting better. If you prefer a more visual cue, there's also the toilet paper roll test. It may sound a bit unconventional, but it's surprisingly reliable. Just place an empty toilet paper roll over your erection first thing in the morning. If it stays horizontal without sagging, that's a clear indicator of strong blood flow and firmness. If not quite there yet, don't worry, this journey is all about consistency and patience. This kind of self-check is not just informative, it's also motivating. It gives you a concrete marker to track your progress and stay committed. And now that you've learned how to measure results, you might be wondering how to bring everything together into a simple, realistic plan. In the next section, I'll guide you through a practical weekly routine designed to work with your schedule, help you build momentum, and set the foundation for lasting results. 7. Your weekly routine made simple. Now that you've got a handle on the 5 essential exercises and know how to track your improvements, the next important step is to turn that knowledge into action. Because understanding alone doesn't lead to transformation. Real change happens when you follow a structure that's practical, manageable, and built to last. That's why this weekly plan was created to strike the right balance between strength training, circulation support, flexibility, and recovery. And best of all, it's crafted with older men in mind, so it fits naturally into your lifestyle. Here's a breakdown of how to make it part of your daily rhythm. Each day, practice your Kegel lifts 3 times, once in the morning, again in the afternoon, and once more in the evening. These take just a few moments and can be done while sitting on the couch, riding in a car, or even resting in bed. From Monday through Friday, go for a brisk walk, lasting 20 to 30 minutes. This helps stimulate circulation and keeps your heart and blood vessels in working order. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, include hip bridges and pelvic tilts. These movements build core strength and deepen the connection between your body and mind. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are for chair squats. Aim for 2 or 3 rounds of 10 to 15 repetitions. This supports hormone production and strengthens key muscle groups. And don't forget, Sunday is your day to rest. Recovery is just as essential as effort. It allows your muscles to heal and your nervous system to reset. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about building momentum. You don't need a fancy gym or a strict regimen. What matters most is staying consistent. Just like brushing your teeth, these routines become second nature over time. And within a few short weeks, many men notice more than just better erections. They experience renewed energy, stronger confidence, and more meaningful connection in their relationships. Now you might be asking, how do I turn these habits into long-term success? How do I stay on track and keep feeling stronger as I age? That's what we'll explore next, because this journey isn't just about solving a problem. It's about rediscovering a vital part of yourself. If you're still with me, that already puts you ahead of most men. You've taken a true first step toward reclaiming your physical strength, emotional confidence, and deeper sense of self. And that's no small thing. You now have a toolkit of 5 simple, proven exercises that directly support the systems behind healthy, lasting erections, your pelvic muscles, your circulation, your core strength, your hormonal balance, and your nerve control. You've discovered how Kegel lifts engage a critical yet often ignored muscle that plays a major role in your erections. You've seen how simply walking each day can dramatically improve blood circulation and lower your chances of dysfunction. You've learned that hip bridges and chair squats don't just build strength, they help reset your hormone levels and fortify the muscles that keep your body aligned. And now you understand how pelvic tilts reconnect your nervous system to your most vital functions. Combine all of that with an easy self-assessment to check your progress, along with a weekly schedule designed specifically for your stage of life. And what you're holding is not just a fitness plan. It's a clear and proven roadmap toward a stronger, more energized version of yourself. But this is more than just a set of exercises or health tips. At its core, this journey is about respect for your health, your masculinity, and your future. This isn't about trying to relive your youth. It's about showing up for the man you are today and refusing to accept the myth that it's too late, because it's not. Men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s have used these exact steps to reignite their vitality, improve their sexual function, and feel deeply connected to their bodies again. The path is here. The tools are simple. The only thing left is for you to begin. Start now, stick with it, and never forget your body hasn't forgotten how to thrive. It's just waiting for a reminder. If this message spoke to you, consider sharing it with someone else who could use a little hope, because your story is far from over. In fact, the most meaningful chapters may still be ahead, and I'll be right here, walking beside you on the way.